affect and impact us. And one of the best ways to see it is to just ask someone who has never participated in this before to come up, and we'll do a little demonstration of it. In Power versus Force, Dr. Hawkins speaks about this dramatically. I have spoken about it in this program, and I've also spoken about it and written about it in A Spiritual Solution to Every Problem. But I'd like to just demonstrate it for you so that you can see it put into practice by someone that I've never met before, who's here in the audience today. And I'd like her to come up. She's volunteered to come up. She's been mic'd. And come on up and say hello. This is Eleanor, is that right?
Eleanor.
Great.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Eleanor.
Nice to meet you.
I asked for someone who had been in at least a second marriage, someone who had been through a divorce, okay? Mm-hmm. So what I'd like to do is I'd like you to just stand and face me, if you will. And I'd like you to just give me your full name.
Eleanor Corey Waskovich.
Waskovich. I got to deal with a Waskovich, all right?
So don't I.
And you married? What I'd like to do is I'd like you to just stand and face me, if you will. And Waskovich, right? You must really love this guy, huh? All right, Eleanor. So your name is Eleanor Corey Waskovich. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like you to take this arm, if you will, and I'd like you to hold it out, and I'd like you to make a fist, if you will. And I'm going to take two fingers here, and I'm going to put one hand here, and I'd like you to resist me as hard as you can. I just want to see, is that the truth? That is your name, Eleanor Corey Waskovich? You're telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, I'm going to resist. I'd like you to resist as hard as you can. And would you say that right now you are strong or weak? And that I'm putting pressure? Could you feel the pressure?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is I would like you to make up a name when I ask you your name. And no matter how I try to persuade you to the contrary, I want you to tell me that this is your name. I want you to lie to me. You'll be forgiven for this, all right? It's just a demonstration, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Hilda Smith.
Hilda Smith.
Yes.
Okay, so you're telling me that your name is Hilda Smith?
Yes, I am.
And is that the truth?
Yes, it is.
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
What is your name?
Hilda Smith.
And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
Okay, hold on to that thought and resist me as hard as you can, okay? And I'd like you to, okay. Now give me your real name. What is your real name?
My name is Eleanor Corey Waskovich.
Is that the truth?
That's the truth.
Okay, resist me. Okay, now I'd like you to give me the other name. What is your name?
Hilda Smith.
Is that the truth?
That's the truth.
You're telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, hold on to that thought.
I'll hold on to that thought.
Okay, and resist me as hard as you can. Do you see the difference?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
There was no way I could keep my hand up.
Yeah. We could have saved $93 million by bringing President Clinton up here. Anyway, okay.
Can we try this at home?
You can.
Yes, we
Absolutely.
could try this at home.
What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to think back to your first marriage. And there was a time when you realized, or something came about, and you had an awareness that this marriage no longer could continue. Whatever it was that you were experiencing in that moment, whether it was sense of failure, sense of too bad, sense whatever it may, I'd like you to just go back to that moment when you realized and thought, I can no longer stay married to this man. I'd like you to hold your arm out, and I'd like you to resist me as hard as you can, okay? And resist, and would you say that that thought makes you strong or weak? Put your arm out again. Mm-hmm. Okay, go back to that moment, all right? It's a sad moment, I can tell, all right? And resist me. And would you say that moment makes you strong or weak?
That moment made me strong.
Okay, try again. Resist it. Then why am I able to push your arm down?
I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me.
All right. Now I'd like you to come to this marriage. Are you married now?
Yes, I am.
Are you happily married to Waskovich?
Well, you going to do the hand thing?
No, I'm not going to test it on whether it's a lie.
I am.
Okay. All right, so I'd like you to hold your arm out. And I'd like you to think in this moment, I'd like you to think about this marriage and this man, the man that you're married to, and how you feel about him right now. You know, that you're in love with this man. All right, just hold your arm and resist me as hard as you can. Resist. And would you say that that makes you stronger or weaker, that thought?
Stronger.
Okay, so the thought of the marriage that you're in and the love that you have makes you stronger than the thought that you... I'd like you to go back to a moment in your life, and I don't want you to share it here on television or anything. I'd just like you to think of a moment when you experienced shame in your life, all right? something that you did, Eleanor, at some time in your life, young girl, woman, whatever it might be, that you felt shame. You don't have to share it or ask me, but I'd like you to just go to that thought and that feeling that comes about as a result of that thought. Try to relive that moment. Can you come back to that moment? Okay. And hold your arm out. Now you're thinking shame, okay? You're ashamed of something, okay? And resist me as hard as you can, all right? And what would you say?
I was feeling weak.
Okay, try again. Resist now as hard as you can.
I will.
Okay? You're ashamed. Ready? And it's almost as if you have no strength at all. Shame on the map of consciousness computes at the absolute lowest, all right? I'd like you to think now of a moment of someone in your life that represents the highest spiritual energy that is possible. Whether it's a Buddha, whether it's Jesus, a Mother Teresa, a St. Francis, anybody at all that ever walked on this planet that to you symbolizes the highest spiritual values. And who would that be? So we can all have a picture of who that is.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa,
Sure.
okay. Would you put your arm up, please? And I'd like you to get a picture of Mother Teresa, okay, and what she symbolizes, and resist me. And would you say that that is making you strong, or are we? You're very confused by it. Okay, once again, Mother Teresa, okay?
Mother Teresa.
Okay. Now I'd like you to get a picture of someone that symbolizes evil. I'll give you a little help with it. Let's try an Adolf Hitler, okay? Someone who represented as symbolized putting children into ovens, someone who had a final solution, someone who is a symbol of that which we despise, perhaps, okay? Or Charles Manson or something. Can you get a picture of Hitler?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, and put this, and get that picture in your mind. Just get a picture and resist me as hard as you can. Resist as hard as you can. Would you say that makes you strong or weak?
Well, weak.
Okay, now go to Mother Teresa. Just change the thought. Okay, to Mother Teresa. Now go to Hitler. Change the thought. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. So that every thought that you have has an energy about it. And when that thought is on the higher energies, the energies of love, the energies of kindness, the energies of acceptance, and there are many of these that we could demonstrate here, you are strengthened. And when you have a thought that is on hatred, on shame, on evil, it brings you lower. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You've just heard me refer to my little baby, Sky. Well, she's going to be here singing a song that I always close my talks with. It's a song that was written by a man named John Newton back in the 18th century. It really is a symbol, a metaphor, if you will, for all that I've spoken about here. He called what I've been calling a higher and a faster energy, he called it grace, saying, I once was lost, and now I'm found. And it was grace, he said, that taught my heart to feel. It was grace that brought me home. This was a man who had gone from being a slave trader to an abolitionist in one moment. And the song represents to me the greatest spiritual message we can have. Bring grace to the presence of the times in our lives when we're lost, and we'll nullify and dissolve it. It'll be sung by the First Parish Choir that is directed by Beth Norton, and my daughter, Sky Dyer, who has just turned 20 and is the light of my life, singing Amazing Grace. Come on, sweetheart.